Hello, everybody. We are recording already.
Woohoo! So, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And this is Nichol's Cryptid Catchers. It is our Hunter the Reckoning Chronicle, and we are Total Party Krit. I am your storyteller for this evening, Dengle. Before we get started, a couple things. For those of you that are seeing this in live or not quite live color, you have noticed some changes. This will be happening all month in June because, well, it is Pride Month. And we at least support people in the way they are. So that being said, child. So that being said, if we cover anything in this episode and it does bother you, we want to support you and we want you to support yourself. If anything causes you some mental unrest or physical unrest, depending on who you are and how you react to things, by all means take a step away, take a minute to yourself. If you can come back, if you want to come back, by all means do that. If you can't, we understand that as well. So, without further ado, joining me this evening is Feyla playing Gladys.
Hello.
Buttons playing Rose.
Heyo.
And Nenavar playing Edgar. There we go.
Hi.
My brain went through all of the steps and I was like, nope, it's the old guy. So we have been following our hunters around up in Massachusetts, actually. We've been doing some literal witch hunting. Yeah?
Yep.
Would anybody like to explain what has happened so far?
You killed a zombie.
You killed multiple zombies and stopped the zombie apocalypse in Boston, or Massachusetts, sorry.
I mean, Boston's in Massachusetts, but that's not the city we're in.
Yeah.
You guys forgot
Well,
the
it
most
was there.
important thing. We met Red. Human Red.
Yeah,
I mean, that was heavily implied, but yes, that was red.
Following some missing children, witch things, and one of the kids that we found, apparently his dad is related to the witch, and the guy is also a mage.
There's also a demon.
There's also a demon, yes. I don't want to think about that, but yes, there's also a demon.
Yep, and there
A
has
big
been...
scary demon, which we are not fighting, hopefully.
We'll find out. Anyway. Yeah, there's a whole thing going on. They have also had confirmed ghosts in the house that you're probably going to have to go into.
Yeah, but we're gonna get ghost proofed from the mage.
Yeah. Which really all that does is it takes all of their damage and makes it into half superficial.
Cool.
But hey, it's better than like the alternative, so. Because it would be straight up aggravated.
My 4 health points, thank you.
Yeah, I figured as much. So, we are going to jump right into it. I believe we left off and you just had the conversation with the father and had to come back and take a nap, yeah?
Yeah.
So, what is everybody's willpower at right now? Just out of curiosity.
It's a good
5.
question. I'm sitting at 4 with 1 spent.
Okay.
I have 3.
Okay. Did you all add one from the sleep that you got?
I am
No.
at max.
I wasn't sure.
Okay. So if you are below max and did not add, go ahead and add it. Otherwise, we will jump into it. So you wake up the following morning, and it's a bit cloudy. It's not too bad though. It's kind of overcast, kind of windy. And I need to know what everybody would like to do.
Remind me how we were getting hold of the father to let him know our decision.
He didn't give a specific way to get a hold of him.
So he's probably.
So you
behind
assume-
us.
You could assume that you could just talk to him directly.
We have an address for him, so it should be easy.
Okay. Can we assume that our characters have talked about this plan already, or do we need to do it on camera?
We can assume that we've talked, or you have talked.
I guess we should go find him.
Probably best idea.
Sure.
Okay, so you're gonna find him at his residence or at his place of employment?
I suppose we should swing by his house to see if he's there. If not,
Yeah.
because we can
And
do it
check
under the
up
guise
on the
of
kid.
checking up on the kid.
Yeah. I mean, we should probably do that anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So you come up to this house, and it's relatively modest. I mean, it's definitely the nicest one on the street, with the nicest car in the street. Lawn's a little bit greener than everybody else's. Fence is a little bit whiter. However, you pull up out front, and Miss Nichol's kind of like, I'll just sit in the car. And you walk up to the front door, and you knock on the door. And the door swings open. It's the kid. Kind of looks up. Hi.
Hey, we were concerned about how you were doing, so we came to check on you.
Better now, I think. I got something to drink. That was a lot of it.
Good. I didn't have very much on me that day.
Oh, it's
Hey,
okay. That's
parents
what
home?
happens when you. Yeah. Hold on, just a second. And he shuts the door, and a couple minutes. Well, not even a couple minutes. Probably about 90 seconds goes by, and the mom and the dad both show up. And mom kind of looks at all of you. And it's like, can I help you?
We were just coming to check and make sure everything's okay.
It is. Do you need a statement, or are you? And Dad's like, I'll take care of it. Just go inside, get him fed. I gotta go to work here in a minute anyway. She just kind of nods and shuts the door behind him. Turns like, so. Decision's been made.
Yes.
And what is the decision?
We are going to ghost proof ourselves.
Okay. So are you getting house proofed or ghost proofed specifically?
Ghost.
Sorry. So ghost, you say?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you would please follow me, I will take care of that very quickly. And he walks around the side of the house and opens the little man door on the fence. And leads you to a shed out back.
As we walk, Rose is gonna, quick question. Probably should have asked this earlier. How long does this last?
Well, it kind of depends. It mostly depends on all of you.
What does that mean?
If you do something that would make it less effective, like willfully would get rid of it, then a day.
What would willfully get rid of it?
Well, I'll show you what it entails. And then you can probably figure it out for yourself.
Okay.
And he leads you into the shed and closes the door. And he pulls out just a small pack from like behind a paint can. And he's like, so this is going to be an odd request, but I need everybody to turn around and lift up their shirt.
Rose will shrug and turn around and do as he asks.
Edgar will sign and comply.
Okay. So you do that, and he starts saying a chant, saying some sort of incantation. And then first person he touches would be Rose. And Rose, it's hot to the touch, but it's not, it doesn't hurt. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but he starts drawing something on your back. And then you can feel him stop, and it kind of sits there and like thrums for a little bit until he goes to Edgar, and same thing with Edgar. It's hot. It's uncomfortable, but it doesn't hurt. And then it just sits there and thrums for a little bit. And then finally, Gladys, you feel the same sensation. And once he's done with Gladys, he finishes his short incantation, and you just feel it kind of go away, and you feel some pressure in that area. And it's just kind of like a constant pressure, kind of like a tightness. It's not really pressure. And he's like, it's done. You can inspect each other's just to make sure that it looks similar.
I mean, even if we did and something was different, it's not like we could do anything about it anyway.
Right, but just to make sure that I did the same one for all of you. It's one of those things that if I was going to, frankly, sabotage your plans, now would be the time to do it. I want to make sure that... Right, and give one of you the wrong thing. So, by all means, inspect, cross-reference, and tell me if you're okay with it. If you aren't, I can remove it and make it null and void right now.
Go, I'll take a look at the other two.
It borderline looks like a henna tattoo. However, it doesn't seem like it is like seeping into the skin. It seems like it's attached to the skin like a scab, but it looks like a henna tattoo. It's like, as long as you don't actively try to remove it, it will work for roughly a week. If you actively try to remove it, then that's a different thing. Don't scrub the area with soap and water. Showers are fine, baths are fine. I wouldn't soak. But you can wash.
That's good. We tend to get pretty gross.
Right. Just be careful. Because if it flakes off in an area, it becomes null and void. It has to be complete to be able to do anything. And it's fairly flexible, but something hard hitting it can cause issues.
Don't get beat across the back. Understood.
Or get scratched.
Right.
Would putting a band-aid over it provide a little protection, or would that make it worse?
It won't do anything.
Is there any final tips you have for us?
Whatever your plan is, when you start it, don't stop until it's finished, or until you're dead, one of the two. It's bad advice, but it is advice. No half measures, please.
Got that advice before.
I don't even know if we're capable of half measures at this point.
Sure.
I mean, you gotta admit, it's kind of been all in for us since the jump.
Not really by choice.
Well, good news, it sounds like you have some experience doing this. I don't know exactly what level of experience, but I promise you this is probably not like anything that you've dealt with before.
Yeah, nothing like this.
So, I am going to leave you. And I'm going to go to work. If you need something from me, and I say need specifically, you may contact me. Contact me at work. And he writes down his work number. It's like, this is directly to my desk. I will answer it, and then you tell me whatever you need, and I'll just say something about finances. And that I will be right there. Okay?
Okay.
You three have a good day. And stay safe.
You too.
Good day.
And he opens up the shed door and walks out.
We could just leave right now.
You want
But
to leave the demon
could.
and the sacrifice going?
I mean, we could.
I don't know. Something tells me the switch already has our number. I don't trust nothing to follow us back. I think we gotta see this through either way.
Fine, let's go find a place to stake out the house. Walk back out to Ms. Nichols.
She is currently reading a book. Everything go alright?
Sure. We are
Take your word for it.
ghost-proofed for now.
Oh, good. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I think we need to go find a place to stake out the house like we talked about.
Right.
And not have the police called on us for being weird.
Yeah, about that. I might have an idea.
Okay.
And she starts driving. And she pulls down Main. You can see the house. She continues. One of the businesses down here is actually going out of business very, very soon. We have asked, well, I have inquired about potentially being able to sleep in the spaces overnight and then kind of act as a quasi-security. In the meantime, there's the mattress store. So it's not like they don't have plenty of places for us to sleep. We can take shifts. We can go do other things as we so choose. And pulls out in front. And in fact, it says going out of business. Literally, the name of the store is The Mattress Store. And it's probably 12 feet of street front, all glass front. It's this place.
Well, that's pretty handy.
The owner offered to pay us, and I said that would be between each of them and you. I said if they just give me a place to sleep and a place to eat at night, I'll do it for free, personally.
Yeah, I don't want to make any more waves than we're already going to cause.
Agreed.
So
The more
I'm going
forgettable
to...
we are, the better.
Right. And I'm going to let you guys out right here. I'm going to go park the car nearby within running distance.
Yeah.
However, off the street, out of view from everybody.
Probably good.
So, go inside. Gentleman's name is Mr. Richards. He's a bit of an odd one, but I mean, selling mattresses is a bit odd. Not as bad as carpets, though.
So I've heard.
And she let you out. And she drives off. Leaving you three in front of this store.
Go in and look for Mr. Richards.
He is the only person in the store right now. He is probably late 50s, early 60s, somewhere in there. Very obviously, probably retiring rather than actually going out of business. And he reaches and is like, "Oh, can I... Are you here to buy something, or are you here with
We're
the
here with Miss
night
Nichols.
security?" Oh, okay. So she didn't let me pay her. Will you let me pay you? I feel bad for using you as security and then not reimbursing.
I mean, getting a place to stay is reimbursement. It would
Right, but
probably cost us
typically-
the same.
Well, I never thought about it. Let me feed you as well, okay?
Okay.
I've got a niece that works down at the diner. She can bring stuff over.
That would be great.
Anyway, make yourselves at home. The office in the back is free to use. I don't have anything back there anymore. It's all of my financials are already pretty much packed up. I don't think I'm going to sell anymore by the end of the week.
Okay.
And he just kind of starts milling about doing his daily work. It's a lot of cleaning, a lot of just kind of taking naps. Lots of coffee. Lots of coffee. But yeah, for the most part, nobody comes in. In the meantime, Miss Nichols does come back. She confirms that yes, she parked the car, tells you all where she parked the car. And then you all are free to your own devices for however many days you decide to wait.
So we probably need to keep on at least a fairly steady rotation of watching and being in contact with each other just in case something happens or we have an opportune moment to get into the house when... I forget her name. When she's there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Thinking about my
definitely.
notes. Cool. Moira. Nope, wrong one. That's old notes.
No.
That is those?
Yeah.
Cool.
Moira's the right one.
Moira
Yeah, So
O'Neill.
prepared. Yes.
So the next question I've got is how long are you all going to wait? Assuming nothing comes up.
So we have to finish this, what, within the week?
Correct. I mean, yes, there will be rolls. I just want to know how long you're willing to wait until you just say screw it and go into the house.
2-3 days? I don't want to wait too long.
Yeah, no, I
Wait
wouldn't
till
put
the
it
end
past.
of the wire, then we're screwed.
I wouldn't put it past 3 days. No.
Same.
Okay, so we'll call it 3 days. Okay.
At some point during those 3 days, we should probably also check on Marco.
Yes.
Yeah, I assume that somebody's going to go and check on people during the time. So I need to know, we're going to split it up into 4 6-hour shifts of watching the house. Midnight to 6 a.m., 6 a.m. to noon, noon to 6, and 6 to midnight.
I volunteer Rose to take the shift midnight to 6, just because that's when it's darkest, and you can use your thing if needed.
I can use my thing if needed. Oh, yeah.
The special
Sort
thing.
of. Sort of.
Kinda, yeah.
Just go take a
Sorta.
walk. You're fine. If it gets worse, then something happens. Then something's happening.
My spidey senses are tingling. Oh, wait, that's trademarked. I can't do that.
The Meiji senses.
Okay. Sure.
Gladys can take morning.
Okay. And when does Edgar want? Does he want afternoon or evening?
Edgar will take evening.
Okay. So, Rose, since you can't really see the house, not really, that night, I'm going to have you roll me wits and insight for 2 days. Because third day you said you're going in, so third day doesn't really matter. I feel like everybody's going to rest up and go.
Okay, first night is 4 successes.
It would be not wise. You kind of feel like energy coming from the house. Not that kind of energy, but it's like they're active. Don't go there. And then second night? Assuming we need it, I just want to know.
That's going to be 3 successes.
Okay. Keep that in mind depending on how Gladys does. How would Gladys like to go about monitoring the house? Physically watching, or...
Yeah, I guess. Just while... I don't know. Walking... Taking early morning walks and just making sure to stay fairly close to the house. Kind of at all points, keeping a very close eye on it.
Okay, I'm going to allow one of 3 rolls. Intelligence and investigation, wits and awareness, or intelligence and streetwise.
We're gonna go investigation, because that's lots of dice for me.
Okay.
Oh, I kicked my desk. That hurt.
And again, give me that twice, just in case.
Right. Uh, 6 with a crit for the first one.
Okay. So first day, you figure out from the outside the best possible route to get to the basement if needed.
Okay. And the basement is probably where this is going to be taking place, if we had to
Yes.
guess.
Yeah.
4 for the second one.
So 4 for the second one. Given your success on the first day, second day, you don't see a good opportune moment to get in. However, you do figure out kind of how the house is laid out on the first floor at the very least. And you assume the second floor is much the same.
Okay. She will let
So you
everyone
have
know when they gather.
And you know where the bedroom is now as well.
Okay.
Up the stairs, to the left, all the way down, and then to the back of the house. It's kind of like a little parapet type thing.
Okay.
Circle room. Now, Miss Nichols will make some rolls.
Does Rose have a silencer on the sniper?
I mean, I would assume so, considering she does do sniper stuff.
Right, I just wasn't sure because it's never actually been said whether it is a quiet one or not. I would assume so, but...
I think Rose has been doing this long enough that she would know specifically to prepare a silencer when being around,
Okay.
like, cities and stuff, as
So-
opposed to, like, just being in the wide open cow fields.
Right.
Yeah. So, Miss Nichols is not overly useful. To be fair, I rolled 1 and 1.
Fantastic. Just really
Now,
absorbing
Edgar,
that
how
book,
would-
apparently.
Something like that. Edgar, how would you like to go about monitoring the house?
Edgar is going to do it fairly similar to how Gladys did it, but he's also going to look for places up high where you can watch for movement and stuff.
Okay. So it is later in the evening, so you're doing this around dusk. What role would you like to give me then?
Wits and awareness.
All right, go ahead and do that.
3 for the first night. And 3 for the second.
So 3 and 3. So good news. You see that the living staff leaves at about 8 o'clock at night. You know that for an absolute fact. After 8 o'clock, it's just her in that house. The second night, there's a couple other people in the house. Doesn't seem like they're doing anything nefarious, but it does seem like they're having a bit of a celebration. It's a small celebration, it's kind of quiet. Can I please get a intelligence and resolve from Edgar?
5.
That is quite a few. The people at the house currently are the wife that you met a couple days ago. She is there for some odd reason. A couple of the librarians are there, as well as the woman from the drugstore. And then there is one other woman that you have not seen before yet.
Edgar will write all that down.
Okay. So you notice that they leave shortly after 10 o'clock. Most of them are fairly inebriated. So, you wake up on the third day. At what time would you like to go in and make your presence be known?
So this is the morning after the party?
Correct.
Or
Yeah.
is it the night?
It would be, well, Edgar would get back, and Miss Nichols would be up, receive the information, and you all could talk about it in the morning. So
I
what
don't know.
you
Would
all
we
like
want
to
to
do?
go when she's potentially asleep and possibly half inebriated from the party? In like 2, 3 in the morning?
Did alcohol even affect her?
Your guess is as good as mine, but I feel like that might be our best way to find out.
I mean, it's definitely not the worst idea.
If it could potentially dull any sort of reactions at all, that would be helpful.
Again, it's probably for the best. If we do it, we'll have to make sure we get it done.
Well, yeah, that would be the point.
Right, and just because she's can do magic doesn't necessarily mean that she's not still human. And humans are affected by substances such as that. So assuming she actually partook, because did you see her drinking, Edgar?
No, I did not.
So that is also the risk on that. We can do it. And it honestly might be the best time to do it, but...
So even if she's not inebriated in any way, shape, or form, she still spent all day, all morning, or all night. If she's going to bed, then she's going to be tired. If not, then she's still going to be tired.
Right. So it's one of those things that it might be the best time if we're going to do it before something happens to just go ahead and do it.
I think that's my best option because she's not on the defensive right now, or as defensive as it possibly could be.
Okay. Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. So, I do need to know exactly what you all are bringing with you.
Edgar's bringing his handgun, the knife blessed by the saint, and a couple of flasks of the holy water Miss Nichols blessed.
Okay.
How many of those flasks did we have? I thought I wrote that down.
There were quite a few. There's enough for each of you to have 2. So 8.
Okay. Rose will take 2 holy water flasks. I believe we also picked up rosaries at some point. We'll grab one of those. And then the usual rifle, ammunition, flashlight.
Okay.
So Gladys will bring her bolt thrower, but bring the couple of the normal aluminum rods, but also a handful of the scale tipped ones that she made, the Fey touched ones. Hopefully that helps with something. The rosary, the flasks, and then a knife. Not that she's good at them, but better to have than not.
Okay.
And I have one in larceny, so whatever she uses for lockpicks.
I feel like it's legitimately just bobby pins.
Probably.
Bobby pins and a screwdriver.
Yeah, something like that.
So. Okay. And then Miss Nichols will bring the giant flashlight. One of her books that is not a religious book. And the coin along with the couple of flasks that she can put in her back pockets. So, you wait until about 2:30 in the morning. And it is bright for a not full moon. It's very clear. You proceed down the street and come up to the fence, and the fence is wrought iron put into handwork stone. You can still see the chisel marks in the stone. You can still see the hammer marks in the fence. You come to the front gate, and it is unlocked. Swings open silently. Path leading up is a bunch of dinner plate sized pavers that are laid kind of staggered. You walk up, and can I get everybody to give me a dexterity and stealth roll, please? Also, if you haven't done so already, give yourself back to willpower, please.
4 successes.
And this is going into the house or leading up to the house?
Leading up to, specifically.
I rolled 2.
I also got 4 successes.
So, 4 plus 4 plus 2 is 10, plus what she got is that many. Okay. You make it up to the house. You don't get stopped. You don't sense anything is amiss. Get to the door, and predictably it is locked.
Guys will look to the others like, I've got a little bit of experience in this. I don't know what you all have. I don't have a lot, though.
I've never done this.
Done it a few times, but not a whole lot either.
Yeah. I tend to take the just kick it down and go
Yeah,
approach.
let me try.
Yeah. So dexterity and larceny, please.
2.
You fiddle with it, and it's not as quiet as you had hoped. But you do eventually force the lock to open. Anybody that inspects it can absolutely tell you that you have been there, but the lock is open.
Yeah, I think I know where the bedroom is, so let's go. But keeping an ear out for any movement or noise.
So, can I get everybody, and this is going to be your choice, dexterity or wits and stealth?
Dex and Wits is 1 extra for me, so I'll go with that.
I'm rolling a willpower. Spending a willpower. Ooh, that was not.
Another 4.
Okay. 3.
I got 6 on a crit.
Okay, so we got 3, 6, 4.
Another 4.
Plus her 3. So collectively, you do a fantastic job. You don't hit anything. You manage to subvert all of these squeaky boards. And you make it upstairs. Now, can I get everybody to make me a wits and awareness, please?
Jew.
Five.
4.
Okay, so 2, 5, 4. You all start heading down the hall. And you stop about 15 feet. All of you stop when you see one of the tables kind of shift a little bit. You don't see anything, but you know something's in that hallway. Whether or not it is seeing you is a completely different story.
Is that near, past, like, where is it in relation to where Gladys thinks the bedroom is?
It is directly in your way.
Can Rose try and activate Sense the Unnatural? It's probably too far from us right now, but if it gets close to us, she would want to know.
Okay, go ahead and give me that roll, please. If you roll well enough, I'll let you see it.
Or on a crit.
Okay. So it's very obvious that something is in front of you. It smells like turned earth. This is going to sound odd, but it kind of smells like somebody's been crying as well.
Rose won't say anything. She'll just keep a feeler out.
Okay. So would you like to continue down the hallway?
Yes, that means we're on the right track.
Are we able to get around it stealthily, though?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to send it away, Miss Nichols?
Possibly. And she takes out her book and she starts speaking in a language that you three probably have never heard before, to be honest with you. It has some French influences, but it's definitely not French. And she gets done with what she's saying. She's like, I might have went away. I don't know. I can't see it.
Can Rose still feel it?
The smell and the sense are still there, but they're not as strong.
Did something. Weaken the tether, sent it away temporarily, maybe.
Well, now's our best time to go. So we should probably go.
Yeah. Okay. One more, either dexterity or wits, plus stealth. And then we're not rolling those anymore.
Oh, 2.
Five.
For you?
I'm going for willpower. Two.
Okay. You make it to the end of the hall to where Rose tells you to turn right. And Gladys, you get there and the feeling changes. The smell doesn't. But the feeling definitely changes. It feels like you're absolutely being watched. And B, there's this looming sense of dread. That seems to be, you look down the hallway and you can see the door. And it's fairly obvious that it's the bedroom door. It's a set of French doors. Very ornate, very nice. What would you all like to do?
Keep pushing forward.
Yep.
We've come this far.
Okay. Can I get one more wits and awareness from everybody?
Five.
2.
4.
Okay. So Rose, you notice a set of impressions in the carpet. About halfway up the hall, it looks like 2 feet. Everybody else does not.
Rose will frantically tap whoever's closest to her and just quietly point out the feet impressions.
That would be Gladys.
Does Gladys see them once they're pointed out?
Yes.
Grab one of the other 2 and point at them.
Yeah, so eventually all of you see it. It's a pair of feet just standing there. Well, impressions in the carpet. And instinctually, Miss Nichols kind of pulls up the flashlight. And kind of turns all of you. What do you want to do?
Is my
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, does my little sixth sense thing give me any idea of what it might be? Have I encountered this before?
No.
Okay.
Do the impressions look human?
Yes. Now, I'm gonna have everybody roll something. Can I get everybody to roll me 2 dice? Tell me each of your individual successes.
2 fails.
1 fail.
Once you said, tell you what?
Successes.
1 success.
So you got 2 successes so far. 3 successes. So you're standing there trying to contemplate what you're doing. And just for a second, the flashlight flashes on. And there's not one, but there's 2 figures in the hallway. It's very brief, very quick. One looks like a younger woman, has a very Victorian dress on. She's kind of floating in the air. The one that is standing is a very large gentleman. He's got like a sledgehammer in his hand. And then it goes away.
Oh, so ghosts. I say we push on. Right, that's what we could make from it. Ghosts?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we push on.
Push on.
What happens
Gladys
if they
will
try
just
to
start
like...
walking.
Okay.
Question, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All of a sudden can't hear any of you guys, and I'm not deafened.
Odd.
Yeah.
So,
Edgar will wear the knife just in case.
okay. So Edgar has his knife. Is Gladys going to ready anything?
Yes. Bolt thrower with the scale-tipped bolt.
Okay. Okay. And Buttons, if you can hear me, does Rose ready anything?
Yeah, Rose will kind of pull the sniper rifle around and get it ready.
Okay. So you proceed down the hallway. And you move about 10 feet, and then you just hear a thunk. 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 As you can see the feet impressions get a bit closer. Seems to be matching your pace.
Gladys is just gonna keep going to the bedroom.
Edgar will keep listening, see if they start getting closer.
Okay.
Rose is getting nervous. She's gonna follow. One hand is gonna be clutched at the rosary. And she's gonna be muttering the rosary under her breath.
Okay. Who is in front?
Probably not Rose.
Probably not Gladys.
That's Edgar.
Okay. So this entire time you can hear Miss Nichols messing with the flashlight. Does it work? Just a second ago. And you can see what you're looking for. And as you're continuing on down, you can hear the steady thunk, thunk, thunk. until you hear a thwack, thwack, stupid thing work, thwack, and it comes on. She pulls it up, and Edgar, it's just in time to see this large gentleman swinging the sledgehammer. Can I get a dexterity and athletics, please?
Sorry.
Okay. I'm happy you have the ghost ward stuff, because I just rolled a 7. So, normally you would have taken 7 damage. Would have been superficial, however, half that, and it goes down to 3. So you take 3 superficial damage. However, we are now in combat. What is it that everybody would like to do? You can see both ghosts. The other one is kind of sitting there laughing and has their eyes locked on Miss Nichols right now.
So I'm going to sledgehammer guy with a knife.
And Gladys try and shoot the guy with the scale bolt.
Okay. What would Rose like to do?
Not wanting to shoot just yet because we don't have any special ammunition for ghosts. Rose will make a point to put herself between Miss Nichols and the ghosts.
Okay.
Try and soak any incoming damage.
Okay. So, Gladys, please give me that roll.
I don't have anything written under the aluminum as to what it adds, just so you know.
It will not add anything in this particular case, but it will do damage.
Okay, I rolled 3.
Okay. High goes to the initiator. So, you do... How much damage is it usually?
That's what I said. I don't have anything written under what it adds.
No, the crossbow itself does 2, right?
We
Normally.
never... I have +2 under the iron rod, but not under anything else.
Okay. Yeah, this would be +1 then.
Okay. That's
it's
what I
lighter.
meant. I wasn't sure what to add for
yeah.
this one.
Yeah, sorry. So you do 1 point of damage to it. There's no superficial on this, it's just damage. Edgar, can I please get your roll?
Three.
Okay. So yours seems to do a little bit more than you expected. When you slash across it, it actually takes a piece of the ghostly fabric with it. And there seems to be a bit of ectoplasm coming out of an apparent wound that you opened up. Rose, I need you to make me a sanity check, please.
Sure. That is going to be 2 successes.
The female ghost stares you in the eye and just kind of cackles a little bit, and then her maw just opens up, and you just hear just a blood-curdling scream. And you involuntarily drop your rifle. As it moves through you. However, that gives Miss Nichols plenty of room to do her thing. And the ghost will not get a reaction because it could not see through you. Oh, she rolled a bunch. She rolled enough to one-shot it. And it just goes thunk. And then you feel kind of like a gush of wind against your back as it apparently dissipates. Back to the other one. It is not so happy, so it will actually attempt to run away.
Shoot it again.
Okay.
So I try it again.
Oh, only 2 that
Will.
time.
And that's enough. Because it's not going to try to dodge, it just tries to run away. And you catch it before it ducks through a wall. With a thunk, the ghostly figure dissipates into thinner. The bolt is, however, buried deep into the wall, and you probably ain't going to get that one back.
Didn't you get the first one?
Yeah, it kind of just flew through and ended up down the hallway a little bit.
Well, she'll grab that as they pass, but like, we need to go before any more shit happens.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
So you, I assume, run up to the French doors?
Yeah. Let Edgar
They are
throw them
unlocked.
open.
Yes, they are unlocked. So is Edgar just going to go fling them open?
probably safe to assume she's already awake.
The longer we take, the more likely it is to say yes.
Well, we'll just fling them open.
Okay, so you fling them open. Can I get a dexterity athletics, please? Roll well, because I don't think that you're going to be able to match this one.
7.
I got 8. Beat you by 1. However, you are grabbed by the throat by the demon. And it lifts you up and says, "Come to play again."
Yep.
You currently cannot talk. It is squeezing you. Hasn't done any damage yet, but the next round it absolutely will. What is it that everybody else would like to do?
Hey, you are muted.
Is Rose going for the true name? Or...
Rose's instinct will be to go for her gun.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
Okay, so Gladys, upon seeing that, will backtrack a second. And then... kind of like shout whisper. Kazareth, go count the rocks at the bottom of the lake, because that's the first one that came to her mind.
Okay. It just kind of like grabs, squeezes Edgar just a little bit and just kind of stares at Gladys and just drops him. Very well. And like he melts into the floor. It's super gross. However, looking beyond, Moira is not asleep. She is sitting up in bed. She's staring at you three. Come to finish the job.
Yeah.
Yep, but then as soon as she can, shoot her.
No point in talking. Let's do it.
Oh, you saw through the guys. Dang it. Okay. So go ahead and give me those rolls, please.
Two.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a willpower to reroll that.
Okay.
Aha! That's much better. I like that. 7 on a pair of crits.
Okay. She's gonna spend a willpower to make you re-roll that. All of the dice, and you have to use this roll.
Okay.
Yay, made shit that I'm making up on the fly.
Oh, wow. Look at that. 5. So much worse.
I mean, it's better.
Edgar went in with a knife. He also burned a willpower for 5 successes.
You said 5? Okay, so Gladys, your shot goes slightly wide. It hits a window, and the window doesn't shatter. There is a very large crack in the window, but it does not shatter.
Okay.
Rose, your shot should have been a little bit more true than it was. You hit her in like the shoulder area. So you still hit her pretty good. But you swore you aimed dead center, like right about middle of the eyes. And then Edgar, you got 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yours, you jump across the room, you lash out, and you stab her in the leg, and she moves slightly out of the way, and it still does gash her leg a little bit, but it's not super bad. Now, her turn. I need everybody to roll me their unspent willpower.
Three successes for Rose.
1.
1.
Okay. And then she needs to roll hers as well. Oh, hey, Miss Nichols rolled 1 as well. I don't feel bad. So, Gladys, Edgar, and Miss Nichols all grow horrible, horrible blisters across their entire body. You will take 1 die penalty to all of your physical attributes or stats. So dexterity, strength, and stamina. It does not affect your health points, though. Rose, you're not
Yeah.
unaffected. Yes, you're not unaffected either. However, you're affected in a slightly different way. You will take a 1 die penalty for the next round as you feel the same burning sensation, but yours doesn't actually happen. Everybody else, it's until the end of the encounter. but that is what she does. Miss Nichols kind of moves her way into position, but could not get a good enough angle on her to thwack her with the thing. Now, next round, what is it that everybody would like to do?
Rose is just gonna groan, ugh, mage, and just rack another shot ready.
Bolt with the scale tip this time, because she used the regular one last time.
Okay.
Edgar's going in for another stab.
Okay, so the scale tip on her does a +1. Doesn't really do anything better than the aluminums.
Just 2 again.
Tie goes to the initiator. So she takes 1 more point of damage. And at this point, she is into aggravated. Rose?
I rolled 6.
You land a very, very solid shot on her. Edgar?
2.
Okay. So, Edgar, your shot, or your slash, kind of gets interrupted, and you miss simply because Rose hit so well. You don't miss by much, though. Seemed like by sheer willpower you missed. She reaches out to Edgar specifically. And she kind of grabs your face, and I need you to make me a intelligence and resolve roll, please.
One.
She just looks you in your eye and is like, get your sniper friend, please. And you kind of want to do that, at least temporarily. And then Miss Nichols will try to thwack. And she does so. And again, seems like by sheer willpower. And maybe a little bit of magic. The old lady doesn't quite give in to the injuries that she sustained. So, potentially last round, probably last round, because she only has 3 dice to dodge ranged attacks. However, at the end of the round, the floor behind all of you kind of oozes up into a figure. And he says 1,374,434. And he will reach out for Gladys. However, melee goes last. So, Gladys and Rose, I'm sure you're taking shots each.
As Rose readies another shot, she'll just kind of look up and go, huh, that's actually a lot more than I thought. And just... Oh.
Just 2.
And then how many did Rose get?
5.
Okay. So you both land solid shots. And Gladys, you pin her to the headboard, and Rose, she can't move now. You hit her where you were trying to hit her the first time. However, Edgar, yours doesn't happen quite in time for you to not have already lunged out. So, Rose, can I get a dexterity and athletics? And Edgar, can I get a strength and melee?
I'm sorry, did you want me to roll something?
Yes, Gladys, you can either make a strength or dexterity and athletics as well.
Roll barrel and 2 buttons.
I'm gonna burn a willpower to re-roll that.
Yep, big fat 0.
I rolled a 4 with the spent willpower.
Okay, so Edgar misses. Gladys, you are slashed across the arm, and your entire superficial health track is full. Because you have 4 health, right? However, as he does that, he kind of stops, and the house starts rumbling. Let's see if you can make it out. If you can't, you'll be my plate. Now, this is gonna work like a chase scene. However, I'm gonna let you tell me what you do and what skills you're using, and then justify it. Who would like to go first?
Quick question. Did we see any trees nearby the house on our way in?
If there are trees outside, however, you also saw a crossbow bolt basically bounce off the window.
That is true.
It's like I thought about it and didn't want to give you the easy way out or something. Again,
Okay,
this is going to be a 3 rounds and out. So you tell me what you're using, and then if it's not obvious why, justify it.
Can't think of a way to justify using intelligence in this. And I have 2 dice on dexterity.
You have a general layout of the house, though.
Can you use that intellect to find maybe like a stronger point that wouldn't crumble as fast as the rest of the house that we could use as like an escape path or something?
Up to the storyteller, I guess?
What is your other skill that you're using?
Well, she used investigation to find it the first time through the house.
So intelligence and investigation?
If
To
you'll
find
allow
either
it.
a quicker way, or a safer way.
Mm-hmm.
I will allow it.
Okay. I'm gonna burn a willpower.
Okay.
4.
Okay, so you do recognize that, hey, we could probably run through the walls now. If somebody's strong enough to bust through them.
Miss Nichols, bust through that door. Wall, I mean.
And she absolutely will.
Does our 1 dice penalty to physical rolls still apply?
Yes. She takes off running, and she hits the wall. She slows down significantly when she does, but just plaster and wood go everywhere as she runs through the first wall. So, follow me! Mind you, she's pushing 60 at this point.
Should we look it out at this point?
Rose will just kind of blink and follow her.
So, Rose and Edgar, what are you two doing to aid in the situation?
Rose is going to activate Sense the Unnatural and use that to see if there are any incoming ghosts trying to impede their progress.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that roll. You need at least 4 to do exactly what you want.
Four you wanted, it's 4 you get. Exactly, on the nose.
Okay. So you managed to be able to direct everybody through grasping hands and moving furniture to another weak point. Edgar, what is it that you would like to do?
Edgar is grabbing Gladys by the arm and running with her in tow to make sure she keeps up.
Okay. Stamina and athletics, please.
One success.
Doesn't work as well as you had hoped. You both kind of trip. So, Gladys, your turn is delayed. It is Miss Nichols, and she will grab the closest thing and just try to bust through the wall, swinging it rather than trying to run through it again. And she easily busts through another wall, bringing you to the top of the stairs. Rose. The stairs are deteriorating very fast.
Shoot, can I just slide down the banister?
Yes, that is dexterity and athletics, please.
I can do that. Three successes?
You get about 3/4 of the way down, and it kind of gives out on you, and you make it to the bottom, and you fall on your face with a big puff of smoke. Well, not smoke, but dust. Now, Gladys. You make it before Edgar does through the hole, and you see the same exact situation.
Okay. So kind of looking at the house bits that are left, because she's looking at the deteriorating stairs with the banister now broken. Right?
Correct, yes.
Okay. So kind of picking out what's left, and she doesn't have any architectural knowledge, but she's been tinkering long enough that she probably has some sort of idea about weakness points and weird to not do things.
Okay.
Can she try with either, I don't know, if you prefer science, academics, or something, or investigation, or something like that, to figure out what points they can still walk on, or hop, walk, whatever, down the stairs without collapsing high up?
I would like academics, please. Intelligence, Sam.
Just land on Rose, it'll be fine.
3. 3 will get you pretty much all the way down. You don't end up on your face like Rose. However, you do have to like jump and roll type thing.
That's fine, as long as she can get far enough down without hurting herself anymore.
And then Edgar, how would you like to make your way down?
Try to make it down the same way Gladys did.
Trying to slide down the thing, okay? The other side.
Gladys. Not Rose.
No. Everyone that she jumped on, kind of, as she jumped off, it kind of fell. However, you are more than welcome to try to find your own way down. I would assume that investigation would probably be better for you with intelligence.
Edgar actually has higher academics than he does investigation.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll then. That surprises me.
Four.
Edgar's just like, why don't we just walk down the bottom of the banister instead of try to slide down it or try to jump on the stairs? And it takes him a minute to get down, but he does make it down. And he makes it down fine. Now, Miss Nichols is just going to try to parkour. Jump, roll, and jump out of the door. I'm sure this will go fantastically. Yeah, I'm rolling another willpower on that. Oh, hey. She made it. She got 6. She clears everybody, does a sweet roll, and then jumps out the door. She kind of bursts the door open, as a matter of fact, as she jumps. Now, everybody else. This is purely going to be a reaction roll. Can I get a stamina and composure roll from all of you?
Our stamina is still penalized, correct?
For those of you that have that penalty, yes.
1.
I'm going to bring willpower.
I assume that Gladys doesn't have any other willpower to burn.
I actually
or can't really do a whole lot better.
I actually have 3 willpower left, but I mean, I could reroll 2 dice.
Go ahead and do that.
Okay.
That's significantly better. I got 5 successes.
Okay.
I got 4.
2.
I could reroll a couple, but I'm not gonna.
I only have 3 dice to roll for this.
Yeah, no, you're good. I understand it's just 1 was really bad. 2's still not good, but it's successful enough. How many did Rose get? 4. So 5, 4, 2. So, Rose, you take 1 point of damage as when the house falls. You are struck by a falling light sconce. It hurts. It cuts you open. It's not bad. Edgar, you make it out, and you have splinters stuck into like the fabric of your clothing as it bursts open, but you're okay. Gladys, if Rose took 1 and she had 4, how many do you take?
2, 3? I don't know.
3.
Yeah, so that leaves
That leaves you with 1 health, right?
1 superficial health. Well, 1 superficially damaged health left.
So, good news, you make it out. However, you definitely probably broke your foot because the door frame landed on it as you were struck by multiple other things.
She'll probably just
bleeding,
scream at that point.
Yeah, you're bleeding, you're bruised. Your nose is broken. Like I said, your foot's probably broken. It hurts really bad. Good news, your ankle and your leg aren't broken. However, Miss Nichols comes up, picks the door frame up off of you. You slide your foot out, and she drags you out to the road. And you have all made it out of OG Witch House. Congratulations. Nobody died.
It was close.
However, you make it out, and from the rubble, the same figure kind of materializes and walks up to the gate, which you all are out of at this point. Grabs the gate and slowly shuts it, and it creaks. Something horrendous now. And he just stares at you. It would be wise to never come back here again. And he just stands there and stares at you.
Pick up Gladys and book it.
Yeah, Gladys is just probably gonna sit there until someone does something because she's not having a good time moving right now.
The last to leave will be Miss Nichols. She hands off the keys to somebody. And you all get in the car and you start heading out. And she's just now turning to go to the car. Gets in. And he's still standing there, just staring at you. He walks over to the corner of the fence, which at this point is very, very rusted. The walls are caving in on the actual perimeter fencing now. And you just see him kind of wave. His long, clawed fingers are very visible in the dawn. However, you make your way out of town. And back home. After a couple days, you do stop to get Gladys some medical attention. Probably 2 or 3 towns over, though. You get a cast, and they wrap your foot up and tell you, leave it on for at least however long it takes for a foot to heal. You make it home. And waiting for you was actually the newspaper that Miss Nichols originally showed you at the shop. In front page news. O'Neill House cave in. Suspected sinkhole underneath the house. Investigations are being had to try to find any bodies and or survivors. And then you look on a couple pages back. There was also a couple of arrests. Local librarian and local businessman's wife arrested on conspiracy to kidnap and commit murder. Trial to be held in 2 weeks.
Isn't that wonderful?
Surprised I didn't get the other ones too.
That was her coven they arrested.
Yeah, hopefully they don't know enough to do anything, but it's not really our problem.
Surely it's not. Jacob's
It has.
It sounds like it was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, considering she was at the party, right, Edgar?
Yes.
But if Jacob was trying to stop his mom, why would his wife try to help her?
Unless the pharmacy owner didn't own the business. Is there pictures, or are we just assuming?
There's not pictures. There's not actual names either.
I mean, she either didn't know what he was, and it was just a coincidence that both of them dealt with it, or he started teaching her and she wasn't happy with it, and so she went to the mom. I don't know. There was a lot of things that it could be.
When to get more power. People do stupid things for power. I hate to think of the idea that she sold out her own kid.
Yeah, that would be...
I mean, I guess we could call and
awful.
Check up with him, but do we want to?
Not really.
I don't either. I just want to forget about that whole thing.
Yes.
You guys want me to do it, I can.
It's probably best
do
to
whatever
just
you
let
want.
them. What are the odds you call them and that demon picks up? Why would he even want to hang around anyway, though?
I don't really care.
Maybe the missing alert that you were for, you wanted to collect them as well? The other members of the coven.
I don't know, to be honest with you. At this point, it almost seems like the mom might have been vying for the whole power thing for the family after Grandma died. Maybe. I don't know. It's odd. It seems like a coincidence, but it's too much of a coincidence to be a coincidence. Had to be an actual thing there.
Who knows? Maybe we helped the wrong person.
I hope not.
I mean, even if we did, there's not much we can do about it now.
Yeah. And at this point, Miss Nichols kind of reaches into her jacket pocket. The front one. It was like, you know, this entire time on the way back down here, I've been thinking about something. I've had this thing with me for Lord knows how long. I'm getting too old for this crap. And you don't have to accept it, and she takes out that coin and places it on the desk, and she's like, you all can use it. I don't know if he'll be willing to make the deal with you, but he said anybody that holds the coin he'll make a deal with, so.
Who?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Somebody very old, very powerful, only works at night.
Oh no, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was almost killed by one of those. I really don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, this one helped us, though. I can't guarantee that it's how he is now, but if you get into a pinch, you might want to try to use it. Who knows?
Well, you said you didn't know how to use it.
That's not necessarily true.
Great, so we have to worry about people we work for lying to us and our boss lying to us.
I mean, so to be fair, I do know how to use it, and I may or may not have used somebody else's at some point. And it may or may not have kept this business open, so everybody kept a job. So while yes, it was technically for selfish reasons, it wasn't fully selfish.
Did you need to return the favor when you used it?
No. The favor was to not tell anybody exactly who he was. Which is part of the reason why I'm not going to tell you exactly who he is. You know what he is, so that's not an issue.
That kind of is the issue, though.
Rose will look at the others. I don't...
It's on the table, it's out there. You don't ever have to use it. It's a good backup plan, good safety valve.
If it's in our hands, at least someone else isn't using it.
Exactly. I know where the other 3 are now. The one that was used was by a very skittish. Well, the one I used was the old accountants. They decided that they wanted to find other employment after I used it because they knew where the money came from. They're still alive. They're still doing very well. I check up with them at least once a year. They're still obsessed about a stupid goldfish.
I mean... I'll hang on to it if you guys don't want to. I don't like the idea of using it either, but...
can always get one of those safes with 3 locks on it, so we all have to come to an agreement that we have to use it if we need it.
Yeah, but that doesn't help us if we are out and actually need it. So. Whatever. I'll keep it in my bag. You guys know I don't want to use it, so.
Okay.
Like I said, Miss Nichols will just leave a little bone coin on the table. She's like, I am going to go home. I'm going to take an actual shower. And I am going to drink an entire bottle of whatever I have on my shelf. You're more than welcome to join me in about an hour's time. I do very, very much apologize for dragging you into this. However, I will make sure that you are very well compensated.
Only a bit to unwind, but I'll meet you.
Okay. And she kind of turns to leave. That goes for all 3 of you if you want. She'll step out and hop back in the car and head home. Leaving you 3 in the shop.
Just want to know something else.
I'm gonna go drink and pretend I didn't almost die again. And she'll grab a bottle of whatever Smokey's got there, probably some moonshine, and then head out to the garage to find him.
Yeah, it's closer to turpentine, but yeah, he calls it moonshine. And he sees you, and he sees you come in, and you're in the cast, and he just stops what he's doing. And he's like, "Oh no, put that shit down. I got some good shit out here."
I just want to forget.
Oh, this will make you forget. And it'll make
Good.
your foot stop hurting.
Even better.
No, man, he goes to the solvents cabinet. Reaches all the way in the back. And he pulls out 2 glass jars, and they are clearer than purified water. He sets it down. He's like, "Now, go slow with it at first, because it burns."
Good.
And he sits there, and he gets very, 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 very far into the drink. As does Gladys, I assume.
Yeah, it probably doesn't take much for her, but she'll just... We drink to forget.
As much as you can handle, you do handle.
Yeah.
Now, Edgar, you said that you are getting a shower yourself and heading over to Miss Nichols' house.
Yes.
She meets you at the door with a full bottle of something. It doesn't really matter at this point. She hands it to you, and she's already got like food out and all that fun stuff. It's not hot food, but it's food. Now, next question is, what is Rose doing?
About what time of day is it getting to be?
You showed up about 2-3 o'clock.
Okay. Rose is going to do something a little uncharacteristic of Rose. Rose is going to very quietly, very thoughtfully unpack, grab the talisman that she's been whittling away at, and the tools, and she's going to just kind of meander over to the beginnings of the library that she's been working on setting up with Gladys and the librarian, and just kind of sit in a corner and continue working.
Quietly contemplating. And you work well into the night. And Gladys, you don't get into the night before you're passed out. Edgar,
She'll just
you
crawl
do
into the
get
back
into
of
the
a
night.
car that's in the shop.
Edgar, you do get into the night, but it's not super deep into the night before you as well pass out on the couch. And Gladys, or not Gladys, Rose, you're the only one awake in the shop. And the beginnings of the library have a little light over top of it, and it kind of flickers for a second. And then two glowing red orbs stand there and stare at you through the darkness.
Rose is just gonna kind of sigh. Not gonna make any attempt to get up or make any other comment, just and keep working.
And it stands there and stares at you for 10, 15 minutes in complete silence. Finally, it says something. So you're the one that the old lady finally could give up the coin to.
One of.
Well, it's in here somewhere. She told you the stipulations.
Don't tell anyone who you really are.
Don't tell anybody who I am. And I can't go on holy ground. Not true holy ground, at least. Then you hear hard-soled shoes clack against the concrete floor, and he steps out. He's full suit. Got a little bowler cap.
Rose will look up tiredly as he approaches.
You got any idea who I am? I go by a lot of names.
Would Rose know?
Intelligence and occult.
Seven on a crit.
Going by legends. Could be a couple different people. Could be Papa Legba. Could be Baron Samedi. Could be a couple other. But those two are the ones that are A, famous, and B, immediately come to your mind.
Rose will just kind of smile. I have my ideas, but I've learned the hard way that names carry power.
Oh, only if you believe in that type of thing. My name carries power only to those that dwell in the night. They tend to be scared of me for whatever reason. And what is your name?
You may call me Rose.
Well, Rose, it's nice to meet you. And who else is now the owner of the coin?
I don't know if I should.
Oh, it might help you out in the long run. You don't tell me now, I make you tell me. I ain't gonna
Believe
hurt
me,
you.
I have no doubt you would. Just my coworkers, Gladys and Edgar.
Edgar, I believe, is his name. That one don't look like a Gladys to me.
It may not be the name she was given first, but it is the name she goes by now.
I'll find it. The original name. For some reason, she looks familiar. You do too, sorta. Not as much.
Great, fantastic, wonderful. I thought I'd had my share of those that walk the night when I left Ohio.
Oh, so you've been dealing with us for some time now then.
Might be more accurate to say one of your kind have been dealing with me my entire life.
Good to know. You care to share their name? I'll make sure they're no longer a problem ever. This one's free.
Tempting as that offer is, there's always come with strings, and while I do appreciate the offer, that one is revenge I want myself. I hope you'll understand.
Oh, completely. Just make sure you don't pull a Tremere and try to eat them. Didn't end up well for them. Isn't gonna end up well for you.
Doubt it. I've never wanted any part of this. That's what happens when you get no choice.
Exactly. Choice is a wonderful thing. And while I don't always give it, people have a choice to not cross me. Please make that choice.
I'll do my
The
best.
Baron. I'm the Baron, by the way. I'm not gonna be checking in on you, but I'll have people looking, watching, making sure you're safe-ish. Got to protect my product, make sure it stays in safe hands. Now, I'm gonna leave. You're gonna stay right there and go to sleep. Okay?
Have a good evening.
I'll have an evening. Got another meeting to go to. Goodbye. And these same hard souls, about 3 steps and then nothing. And that is where we're going to end our Hunter game for tonight. So do you want me to do questions first or announcements first? Next question. Okay, I will do announcements first and then we can do questions after. So, announcements, as per usual. Go to totalpartykrit.com to find all of our games. Find all of our descriptions and stuff for all of the characters that you see and hopefully enjoy here. If you don't see, or if you don't enjoy our characters here, or you want to give us feedback otherwise, there are also links to our YouTube, all of our socials, all of our podcasting places that we would absolutely love all of your feedback, as well as for you to like and subscribe and share and do all of the fun stuff that people always ask for. As well as, and this one, it's particularly hard home because dice. Everybody likes dice. Everybody should own at least 7 sets, because if you're any less than that, then do you really own any? We have a link on there. Go to dicelegion.com. You get a certain percentage off. We get a bit of the money back as well. They have full normal polyhedron sets: D20, D10, D12, D8, D6, D4, D10, and D100. They have the Game Master set that has the D100 and all of the weird size die, like D32, D64, D7, D5, and D3. As well as dice trays, stickers, keychains, all that fun stuff. We would appreciate it if you went there and used them, because we enjoy them. We like to try to support them when we can. And they're a small company. To the best of my knowledge, I think it's still just 2 people. They could have expanded just a little bit, but probably not a whole lot. So support them, because we like small businesses. Of course, if you can. Speaking of support, we also have a link to our Patreon. If you can support us monetarily, that'd be great as well. We all know how Patreon works at this point, so I'm not gonna insult your intelligence. So if you can, and you feel like any of those tiers are something that you want to get in on, please give us your monetary support instead of just your emotional support, which we appreciate. Emotional support, which is where the liking, sharing, subscribing, following, all that fun stuff comes in. So with that, everybody, please have a safe night, have a good night, and finally, watch out for those glowing orbs. Who knows what they actually are.